Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be for you. My name's Mike, and we're talking about trucking. Considering what type of trucking you want to do is a very critical part of maintaining longevity in the trucking industry. Um, One thing you shouldn't do, you should try not to base it on the money up front right now. The first the money you want to make is experience. You wanna gain experience in trucking first before you start chasing after the money. And a lot of people will say, well, if I'm not basing it on money and I'm trying to make a living, then what else can I base it on? Well, I say this because when you base it on money, um, here's here's where the problem lies. Okay, for the first 5 years, you're basically learning the very basic fundamentals of trucking, and that's your backing. Learning how to take corners properly, um, learning to navigate your way through cities and small towns. There's a lot of information you have to commit to memory in order to be a proficient truck driver and to be able to command the type of salary that a 5 or a 10 year truck driver uh, can command. A lot of times you will, you sometimes you'll hear stories, or you might even be the one that will stumble upon that one job that pays you, hey, $30 an hour, $25 an hour. You're gonna bring in 70, $80,000 a year. But guess what? Even though you get that job, you know, here's what could happen. You know, the people in the office or the manager or your dispatcher, whoever, they send you on a run, and this run involves very difficult maneuvering of that truck. A 6 month driver compared to a 10-year driver, most of the people in the upper management, they don't know the difference. All they know is that you know how to drive, and that's it. So what's going to happen is you're going to take that load, you're going to head up the road, and you're going towards the delivery. You're making good time, and what's going to happen is you're going to run into a situation where you're going to do a very, very difficult, very very scary maneuver in that truck that only an experienced driver can perform. Okay? And what's going to end up happening is you're either going to tear the truck up, you're going to hurt yourself, or in a lot of cases, you could possibly end your life. Um, and what I mean by ending your life, I'm going to give you one example story. Yeah. I like telling stories. I was working for a tanker outfit. I had about 3 years experience at the time, and they sent me up into northern or central California, and we were contracting for Southern California Edison, which is the power company in Los Angeles area. And I had to take the tanker truck up into the mountains just east of Fresno, called the Mammoth Mountains. And these are big, big mountains. Okay, this was maybe beginning of March, so the snow season was still up there. All right, so I go up there and I had a map. We didn't have GPS back then. That was like the early to mid '90s, so no GPS, man. We just had maps, and these were very crude maps at that. Okay, so I'm heading up. I'm going up this mountain. I start going down the mountain. and it is snow packed. When I say snow packed, I'm talking about 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches of snow pack. And I'm headed down this 2-lane road that's cutting to the side of a mountain. And on the way down the mountain, I'm going down this road, and I didn't know what was down that road. All I knew is that I was looking for this power station in the middle of a mountain range. Okay, so here I am with an 18-wheeler tanker. I'm going down. I happened to see a Southern California Edison, a crew working on the side of the road that I was going down. And I just so happened to ask them. This thought still brings shivers to me, and this has been almost 20 years now since that event. I just happened to stop and ask those guys, where was this power station? Because hey, they work for Edison. And he pointed down the road, and this road, I say, it was a good 4 or 5 miles, of road in front of me that I could see from that point. He pointed down the road and he said, "It's not down there." He said, "If you keep heading down there, at the bottom of this hill, there's a turn. There's no guardrail, and beyond that road," he said, you're gonna fly off of that road, and it's about a 1,200-foot drop. And he said, "You're gonna go off the road if you keep going with that truck down that road." That right there is just an example of, even though the job I had, I talked my way into it. It was a good paying job. But my inexperience of being up in the mountains almost got me killed that day. I would have surely died. I would have flew off of that mountain, and it was so lonely up there. No, I probably would not. I probably would not have been found. So that right there is what I mean by, make sure that you have your experience. Get some experience first. Say stay on the road. Some people say, try to get off the road in 3 months. Do this 8 months if you can stand it, up to a year, and get that short bit of experience first. And then from there, you can start making a plan to move on to a more specialized type of trucking, where you can, that way you can start building up, building up your experience and building up your area of trucking that you will be proficient in, and that you can be, that you can safely do with the experience level as you're moving along. Okay, guys, I'll catch you in the next video, and remember, hey, get that experience, man. Whether it be 1 year or 2 years, get that experience. The money's gonna come later. Don't worry about that. Trust me. Get the experience, and it'll help build longevity in the trucking industry. It'll give you longevity for years to come. Okay, guys. See you in the next video. Peace.